Welcome to Showtime 49. Welcome to Showtime 49.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back. As we just saw, the Niners dominated them Eagles. Wow, unreal. Now, I was expecting us to win by 2 scores, but 42? All right. So we just treat the NFC East teams, the top dogs at the NFC East, like they're nothing. We just gonna put up 40 plus on the Cowboys and put up 40 plus on the Eagles. These are Super Bowl contending teams. And here the Niners are coming through smacking them like they're not. They had Jalen Hurts out there looking like kind of average. He wasn't looking like no next level quarterback at all. You know what? Let's get right into it real quick because it's my instant analysis. So, first off, let's start with that first quarter. We were looking terrible. Negative yards. Brock Purdy wasn't really doing anything. I wasn't happy with our play call. Our play calling in the first quarter, I didn't know what was happening. I mean, it looked like the Eagles were about to just roll over us. And then the second quarter started. And it's like we woke up. It's like Kyle Shanahan, I got to give him praise because the old him would have just stuck with the same game plan, whatever that was that wasn't working, just because he's prideful and, just stubborn. But no, 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 no. Not today. This might have been the best I've ever seen Kyle Shanahan coach. I mean, wow. He really switched up some things. He really changed the game. Their defense couldn't stop us at all anymore. I mean, consecutive scoring drives, all touchdowns. Now, the difference in the first half was 49ers had 2 possessions where we had a chance to score and we scored twice. The Eagles had 2 possessions where they had a chance to score and they did too. But ours were touchdowns and theirs were field goals. And it was like, okay, it's the first half. Let's put him above like those two just yet. But what I'm seeing from a second year quarterback who just now fully had his first full season, honestly, if you look at all the games he started and played, finished everything, it was just a few weeks ago he just got his first full season under his belt. So for him to be playing the way that he is in an environment like that with the stakes as high as they were, I mean, let's just recap real quick. If we don't win this game, we go to 8-4. Our chances for reaching the number 1 seed, which is the only seed that gets a bye week now, is over. So that means the number 1 seed only has to play 2 games and they're in the Super Bowl. Wouldn't we love that? We would. It would actually put us behind Dallas if we would have lost this game. Not no more. Not no more. We still running the same record as Dallas, but we know we are ahead of them because we beat them. Now we're only 1 game behind the Eagles. And the Eagles, we know next have to play the Cowboys. We need a little bit of cooking from last year. And when I say that, I mean this. Last year, every time we played a team, the following week they caught an L. They lost. That's exactly what we need next week. We need the Cowboys to come in and do what they need to do and beat the Eagles. It's weird that we're going to be rooting for the Cowboys next week, but Niner faithful, we have to. Because this is a bigger picture here. The bigger picture is we want the number 1 seed. We want the road to the Super Bowl to come through our home, our stadium. our loud noise. It's the faithful. We already know how that is. Y'all heard the Eagles fan that was on my podcast previously, Big 69. You already know. He already said himself that out of all the stadiums he's been to, the Niner Stadium, he said it felt like everybody was just yelling at him. Like he could feel it in his chest. He's just trying to go to the bathroom and can't even hear his own thoughts. That's the type of energy we need all the time. So we need that road to the Super Bowl in the NFC to run through us. That's what we need. And how we look today, it looked like we were a legit Super Bowl team. And honestly, it looks like we were better than everyone. Because what I also always say is this year, these Niners, they get up for these big games. They get up for them. I mean, really look at it. Look what happened to Dallas. Nobody was expecting that, except for the people that's in-house on this podcast that predicted the score. Fireman Ronnie, who was at the game today. I'm just saying. We get up for these big games. Today, another 40-plus point performance. We get up for these big games. The defense, oh my goodness. I mean, they was just laying wood everywhere. Pause. We ended the game like that. You see how Diamador Lenore lit up. Oh my gosh. This laying fools out. I mean, dude looked like he could be possibly contemplating retirement. It was like the stamp, the icing on the cake to a game that was well played on both sides, coaching all the way around. I had concerns at first, and I'll say this. Our defensive line, we weren't really getting pressure to Jalen Hurts. He had like all day to throw. Initially, he definitely had all day to throw. We ended up with 3 sacks in that game, but in the beginning, actually most of the game, he had a long time to figure out what he was going to do, and he didn't make the greatest decisions. He had a few big plays here and there, but for the most part, we kept him contained. He didn't run all over us, nothing crazy. Of course, he got a push touchdown because who can stop that? I said that here. No one can stop it. But the key is they don't even let him get down there. We weren't letting them control first down like they normally do. They weren't controlling our first downs, like they can do to other teams. It went from an Eagle-style game to a Niners game, and we put up 42 points in 3 quarters. Let that sink in. To a team that is 10-1. Let that sink in. We out here, and we ready to do some real damage. For real. For real. Kyle Shanahan changed up his plays so much. Not only say it changed them up, but he called the correct plays to highlight Brock Purdy. I mean, those crossing routes and everything that we were doing, even third down conversions, going for it on fourth down, we know he's one of the most conservative when it comes to that. Not today. Not today. Everybody was ready, including the coaching staff. Everybody got up for this game, and I'm just flying high off emotions right now. Of course, I can dive into the more stats and how the game was flowing and everything. But hey, I'm happy right now. Everyone should be Niner faithful. We should be celebrating right now because I know it was a regular season game. It wasn't a Super Bowl or anything like that, a playoff game or anything, because most likely we're going to have to play these guys again in the playoffs. If we plan on getting that Lombardi trophy, we're going to have to, most likely. Maybe the Cowboys too. But it's going to come through Santa Clara. It's going to come through Levi Stadium. That's the difference. That's how important this game was. We still got work to do. We still got more birds, feathers to pluck. We still got more wings to cut. That means Seahawks, you coming up next. We still got the Cardinals again too. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's knock them down. This is the hardest test so far. It was supposed to be the Cowboys and the Eagles. Well, we didn't put up over 80 plus points combined. I'm just saying. And neither team could put up 20 against us. So we were healthy, Philly. And I get that y'all wasn't totally fully, but we were not healthy with not having a quarterback. That's a whole different ball game. So it seems to be what Debo was saying about if we had a quarterback, we probably would have blew him out. Well, the first chance he got at that, he did because he had freaking 3 touchdowns today. Not only was he talking, he backed it up. That means something different. Now, if there were any teams out there teetering on the line of, are we really scared about them or not? Can we really come in here and beat them or not? That's over with. Everybody feels the same. The Niners are number one. I don't care what the records say. The top teams that we're fighting against, which is the Eagles and the Cowboys, and of course the Lions. Congrats to the Lions, by the way. They're having a good season. I still don't think they're us, though. And if we have to play them, this could be the same result. But, we ain't worried about that right now. That's a whole nother day, whole nother time. Things got to happen for that to even clash. But that's the only other top dog in the NFC that we haven't faced. And that's why I bring it up. So, great game today, Niners. Great play calling today, Kyle Shanahan. Great defense today. Even though you guys were on the field a whole bunch in that first quarter, y'all only weren't on the field for 2 minutes. And y'all still held serve, only held them to 6 points. Allowed the offense time to wake up. Allowed Kyle Shanahan to wake up. All the players, the coaches, everything. Everybody woke up second quarter. And we said, we got this. Let's do this. And we freaking did it. Fly Eagles fly? Nah, we shot them down. And we riding high right now. Bang, bang, like we do. Shot them smooth out the air. Game over. We see you on the playoffs. Until then, I'm going to holla at y'all on the next one.